Welcome to On the Last Episode, the podcast for English learners who like movies and series. Here you can improve your English and have fun with our episodes and exercises. This is episode number 10, Revival Fever, with our host Jennifer. This podcast is brought to you by OLC Club, your language club.
Good evening, everyone. So, how's it going? How's the week? The year? Are you all ready for Carnival? Carnival is here soon. So, do you actually have Carnival where you live? I mean, are there parties? Is there anything special? Yes? No? Maybe? Well, I live in Brazil, so yeah, Carnival is kind of a big deal here. So everyone's excited. Carnival is almost here. For me, it's usually about the same. I don't really enjoy that kind of parties anymore. So I guess I will just try and relax a day or two. And well, I still have quite a lot of work to do. So I guess I will work and relax a little bit. Maybe read or watch some series, because we have some good ones coming back. So as you may know, How to Get Away with Murder is back, and a few other series. Oh, The Walking Dead is back too. We just had the first episode this weekend. And we also have a few other new things coming. But before I start talking and forget all about it, so today we're going to talk about this whole revival fever and also the reboot fever that we've been seeing. Well, revival especially since last year, but reboots, it's been quite a few years already, 4 or 5 years maybe, that we see a lot of reboots. So what is a revival? Revival is, for example, what we had with Gilmore Girls, is when they decide to continue a series. And a reboot is, for example, when they take a series from the 70s, like for example, MacGyver. And now they did MacGyver again, but it's nothing like it used to be, okay? So I am so excited, and I decided to talk about it today because last week I found out 24 Hours is back. I mean, of course I had heard before that they were planning on bringing 24 Hours back, but because Kiefer Sutherland is now way too busy being the president, because he's doing the Designated Survivor, and so I thought, well, maybe it's not going to happen right now, but man, it is on, and it is just amazing. I only watched 2 of the 3 episodes that are out yet, and I must say I was not disappointed. On the contrary, it is so exciting, and it is also very entertaining, because, I mean, especially after Gilmore Girls, I was a little bit like, oh my god, what if they screw up? What if maybe the revival is not so good? Or maybe I remember the series as being something nicer than it really was. But man, no, I was not disappointed, and I did not watch all the series from 24 Hours again before starting the revival, like I did with Gilmore Girls, because I also watched 24 Hours. I finished watching it maybe 1 or 2 years ago, so it has not been that long, and Gilmore Girls had been like, I don't know, 10 years? No, yeah, something like this maybe. So, but man, yeah, no, I am loving it. They maintain all the good stuff from the original. Well, of course, besides Kiefer Sutherland, it would have been really amazing to see him back, but the character, at least for the first 2 episodes, and I guess it's going to be him for the whole season, he's the new main character, and he's just brilliant, really. He's a very good actor, and you really suffer with him. And he also has all the things people used to like in, what was his name again? Kiefer Sutherland. He was, oh man, I forgot his name in 24 Hours, but okay. And so 24 Hours is here. It really is. I mean, I really want to see if I can find the time to watch the 3rd episode today or tomorrow. Not sure if it's, well, the weekend is here, so on the weekend I can then watch the new episode from The Walking Dead and 24 Legacy. So, oh yeah, no, exciting times. So besides the 24 Hours revival, we already had last year, don't know if you know, we had an X-Files revival. And this happened 14 years after they had season 9. So now, last year, 2016, they had season 10. And, I mean, X-Files was, back then, it was really a big thing, right? A lot of people, I mean, me included. Of course, again, I did not watch all the episodes because I usually, back then, I just watched whatever was on TV. But whenever I knew there was an episode coming from X-Files, I would sit and watch. And I would have binge watched as well if back then we had something like Netflix to watch as many episodes as possible. And apparently it was a big success. I did not watch all the episodes. I think there were 7. I think I only watched like 2. Yeah, life was just too crazy. And then I was never online in the time, well, on the TV when they were showing it on TV. So I missed those. But I want to. I really want to, because X-Files was part of my childhood / teenager years. And it was nice. Although I heard a few people saying that, how can I say, that people, well, the producers, not everything inside the series developed maybe as they should have, because, for example, apparently they maintain a few things that worked well in the 90s, but nowadays don't really work so well anymore. Some comments and some jokes apparently. So as I said, I did not watch all the 7 or 8 episodes, so I can't really say, but excited about that one as well. We already talked in one episode about Gilmore Girls, so I'm not going to talk about it anymore, besides to say that it is another revival we had in the end of last year. So this year we already have 24 Hours, and we will have soon, in April, we are going to have Prison Break. I know a lot of people love Prison Break. I must say, I did not watch it. I know, it is on my list, okay? So maybe, yeah, it's coming in April, so I have March to watch it, all the seasons before the next one comes out. And from the trailer I saw, I think it's gonna be amazing. It seems like it, because they are filming it in Morocco, and yeah, apparently someone who's supposed to be dead is not dead. And then we also get to see what happened to those people in the future. And I guess that's the one cool thing about revivals, right? Because usually when a series like that finishes, there's that big question, so what now? What happened with them? Like, for example, with Friends, I would love to see, even if it was a small revival, just to see how they are now, 10 years later, 20 years later, or, well, of course, no, with Friends it's not 20 years, but just the same as we had also with Harry Potter. Now with the book, we have a glimpse into the future, and I love that, I must say, because yeah, we are so used to that uncomfortable feeling, okay? So happily ever after, and we just have to accept that in series and movies, and especially when you have a whole saga. And there's always this thing, we would like to know more. So revivals allow us to have this feeling of what could be, what is, what happened in 5 years, 10 years time, if everyone is still together, how many people had babies or did not have babies. And talking about the reboots, we already had last year Full House. Well, Full House became by Netflix Fuller House now. So many people maybe watched Full House when they were growing up because the series lasted, I don't know, 10 years maybe. It was a long time. I watched a few episodes from Fuller House. It's very funny. It's very light. So, for example, when you're stressed, it's good and relaxing. It's a good option if you just want to relax a little bit. And some of the jokes are very clever, I must say, because only people who watched it before and know some of the stories, for example, the twins, they are the only people who did not come back now for the reboot. And so sometimes you see them making jokes and it makes even more sense, and it's even funnier when you know why it is that they are making those jokes about them, and saying, oh yeah, if I was making that much money, blah 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 blah, I would not work on TV either, or something like this. And they also have some funny jokes about other movies and other series. But yeah, there are a lot of inside jokes, and I think that is amazing. But yeah, in general, from the episodes I watched, it is, I mean, it's light, it's funny. Well, it's not maybe like Grammy quality, but it's nice, yes. It's not the best series that Netflix has done yet, but it's good. It's a good one. It's a good comedy. I guess maybe I'm just too picky when it comes to comedies, maybe. Yeah, could be. Of course, we also had Hawaii 5-0. The original, I think it was in the 70s, and 4 or 5 years ago they started doing it again. From that one, I never watched the original, but I watched, I think, 3 seasons from the reboot, and it's nice, it's cool. Yeah, amazing pictures from Hawaii. It really made me want to go to Hawaii and spend some days there, seeing all that nature and the amazing sea. And yeah, seems good. Seems an amazing place. Of course, MacGyver started this year, and I remember growing up with MacGyver. Man, that man, he was amazing. He would have a paper clip and a chewing gum, and he would make a bomb or something else he needed. He was the guy. I still have not watched it. I mean, yeah, from all the new ones. Oh, yeah, no. One I watched, 2 episodes also only. It's called, but I think they only have 4 out yet. So I guess watching 2 is not too bad. Emerald City. It's not exactly a reboot per se, because it's based on the Wizard of Oz story. But they take the story and they gave it to us into a new perspective. So from the 2 episodes I saw, I couldn't really form an opinion, but I like it. So far I like it. It's very modern, so you have a modern Dorothy. And so, and of course, because this is a new way of reading the story, she already found no, she did not find the lion. The guy, so because they are doing this, well, this different view, or this more modern view of the Wizard of Oz, we don't really have the figures that I guess so far they are people, so people who have the qualities that the characters we see with Dorothy in the story. And we have the Wizard of Oz, of course, we have the witches. So I'm waiting to see if I really am going to like it, but with 2 episodes, seems positive, seems good. And I was going to another one, really excited when I found out maybe Will and Grace are having a reboot or revival coming. That will be so amazing. Can you imagine? I loved Will and Grace. I really, really, really liked it. And seeing how they are doing, so a few years later, would be amazing, really. I must say, it would be great. So guys, what do you think? Do you like revivals? Because I mean, when I start seeing, especially because Fox is bringing a lot of those revivals, and then you start questioning yourself, right? I mean, why are they doing this? Does that mean that they're not creative enough, or that they already created everything that is to be created? Or do you maybe think that companies like Fox are deciding to do something like this? Because, for example, bringing shows that were big hits in the past, maybe they will have the power to at least face series like Game of Thrones and series like that. Do you think that's maybe the reason? Or why do you think that there right now there's so many people just copying something that existed, or just bringing something back from the dead? Not that I am complaining, because besides Gilmore Girls thing, that it was not bad, but it was not amazing. All the other ones so far, they were good. I cannot complain, especially 24 hours. I am just in love with 24 hours again. I cannot say enough. The whole clock ticking, and the way you spend a whole episode and just 1 hour has passed. It's just, you just want to watch the next episode. You don't want to wait a whole week to watch just 1 more hour from the day. They really have this catching thing going on there, and that is amazing. So guys, today is another short one. Okay, I hope you enjoyed it. Please just let me know, did you like it, did you not like it? Did I maybe forget a revival or a reboot that is big and important? And because I saw a lot of those reboots and revivals, they are being produced or people are still discussing. But yeah, from the revivals, those are really the only ones that are either happening or confirmed. X-Files, Gilmore Girls, 24 Hours, and Prison Break. Okay, so I wish you an amazing week and talk to you next week on the next episode.